Good morning, Commanders Nation. I want to talk about Luke McCaffrey. I've been meaning to talk about Luke McCaffrey. I need to talk about Luke McCaffrey. I feel like I'm like a freaking pro bono defense attorney for the Commanders. I just defend some dudes at will against my own reputation for, B-Rob. Well, I didn't really defend him. Let's just get to the stats, and then I'll give you my little shit take. Luke McCaffrey, third-round pick last year. Our third-round pick. 6'2". He's athletic. He's not explosive, but he's athletic. 4'4", 640 at 6'2". Come on now. But most notably, his family pedigree. The most purest of bread, Luke McCaffrey is. He's not a mutt. He's a purebred. This is a guy, you're not going to find him in a shelter, dude. You're going to have to cough it up. If your last name's McCaffrey, you're doing big things in life, dude. Like, much respect to his father, Ed McCaffrey. We all know CMC, 2 Hall of Famers. Yeah, CMC's going to be a Hall of Famer. Yeah, he is, dude. Yeah, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. Like, if your last name's McCaffrey, you either are a partner at a law firm or you're the most athletic white dude in the NFL. There's no in between, dude. I wish I was a McCaffrey. Alfonso McCaffrey. I'm not athletic. I'm not a partner, dude. I ain't shit. But yeah, man. I want to talk about Luke McCaffrey in this video. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. I greatly appreciate it. So let's just cut to the fact. Luke McCaffrey. With Luke, I wrote down some notes. We needed competition. For the wide receiver room we currently have, before we drafted Jalen Lane, we needed competition, especially for the slot receiver. I'm going to get to other things later. Luke was not a threat last year. I'm just going to say, I'm straightforward. I like Luke, but he wasn't a threat last year. He also wasn't good enough to be played. According to the Commanders coaches, not to us. I feel like I was thinking about this earlier today. Even in a weak wide receiver room last year, which we had, he wasn't getting that much playing snaps, especially like towards the end. In the middle, he was. But with that being said, I will admit this. Luke was like, there was a John Keane report that I can't freaking find. I've been looking for this all freaking day. But I thoroughly remember this, and I'm pretty sure you guys remember this too, that he was getting wide open, but he wasn't being looked at. He wasn't being, the ball wasn't going his way. The coaches took notice of that. Okay. With that said, those are the straightforward comments. I like Luke. I do. I'm not giving up on Luke after 1 year, dude. I can't. Obviously he's an Adam Peters draft pick, third round pick. He showed flashes though. He showed flashes definitely last year. Kick return. I mean, nothing really bad happened. But the thing about Luke that I want to bring up is I want to bring up this I don't want to say example, but for me, the reason why I don't you shouldn't really give up, but I'm not gonna tell you what to do. I remember 16. Matt Ioannidis was drafted by us in the 5th round. Matt Ioannidis, defensive tackle out of Temple. He was released that same rookie year. 5th round pick. We wrote him off. I wrote him off. I was like, I'm done with this kid. I was done. He came back the very next year out of nowhere. And he ended up being, at one point, our most productive interior pass rusher with 2 first-round picks in Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne. So he taught me a lesson early in my fandom. I was like 22, 23 years old. I'm 47 now. I was just like, don't ever give up on a dude, especially after 1 year. That's my Matt Ioannidis example right there. After 2 years, maybe. But, even then, he's a 3rd round pick and an Adam Peters draft pick. He's a lock to make this roster. He's not going anywhere. Luke is not going anywhere. And, the thing about Luke is just I'm still when we drafted him, I was excited. You saw McCaffrey, but also I have the same level of excitement that I did with him when he got drafted. And nothing's changed, honestly. His rookie year, his rookie campaign, I mean, he had 18 catches for 168 yards, 0 touchdowns. You know, nothing too flashy. Nothing too flashy, dude. But he showed flashes. I remember that, I believe it was third down catch against the Bengals early on in the season. I'm going to put the highlight right here. When he caught this ball, and like Luke's hands didn't have the dropsies either. In the limited amount of time we saw him. But anyways, that's just limited. Let's just read on his scouting report when he first came out, all right? I feel like we sometimes forget this. Even though my dumbass forgets this, dude. You know, everybody says he's a big slot target who comes from a high-end NFL bloodlines, obviously. You know, the thing about him is that he was a former quarterback. Coming out of the draft, he'd only played 2 seasons of wide receiver his entire life. So he was raw to begin with at wide receiver. I think Adam Peters knew. It was like, this dude's he's going to be a project, you know. And kind of like expecting him to produce in his rookie year, but it's not going to cut it. You know, like it's just like more of just like, you're not going to expect something out of a dude who's just still learning the position. But I just wanted to note that in there, you know. Obviously, like his strengths, they said that his route running improved over the second half of the 2023 season before he got drafted. He made jaw-dropping one-handed catches with coverage draped all over him. His hands are underrated. Luke McCaffrey's hands are underrated. I keep saying, focus drops do not exist in his dojo. He's fearless into the teeth of the defense and excels at combat catches. Hello, that's slot wide receiver mentality. Like, you know, weaknesses, you know, had trouble releasing cleanly against serious pass attempts. Again, he's not the most explosive player. Movement is more than one speed, sudden and shifty. Still needs to work in getting in and out of his breaks more quickly. Can improve in adjustments coming back to deep throws. So, yeah, deep throws. I mean, he's not going deep. You know, you're not going to Luke go 40 yards. No, that's not him. 10 yards, 5-yard splits, that's him. But still, I will admit, with my level of excitement with this guy, I was just like, no, wide receiver is still a big need for us. Even with Deebo Samuel in the room, I think we needed competition for Luke in the slot. I'm a competition dude. I hope somebody's competing for me for this shit channel. I want competition everywhere. And we got that with Jalen Lane, Virginia Tech, out of the 4th round. And I love that pick. So I'm just like, all right, that's perfect. These two are going to compete for slot wide receiver attempts, even though I think Jalen Lane is going to be more of a gadget player, and I think he's going to take over special teams. But you never know. Jalen Lane, I don't know. But what I'm saying is, now that we got Jalen Lane in the fold now, you know, you can't forget guys like Michael Gallup, Noah Brown, but they're not going to be permanently out of slot. But to me, I'm not writing off Luke. I'm not. You see it in his interviews. This guy's wired mentally like he is focused. Wes Welker is in town now. You think Wes Welker can't give him any tips from the slot? If Luke breaks out, we got Terry on one end, Deebo on the other. Deebo's going to be everywhere. He's going to play freaking left guard if he needs to. And then we got Luke in the slot with Zach Ertz. We got ourselves weapons for our boy JD5. Like, I just keep thinking about this. Like, if Luke, I'm not saying by breaking out 1,000 yards. No, I'm thinking more in the mold of like 50 catches, 550 yards, 600 yards. He needs to improve his yak. The yak ain't there. The yak ain't no yak Luke, no yak Zach. It's the same thing. But he's going to improve. He can only improve. Point is, the reason why I'm making this video is I am not writing off Luke whatsoever. Not regarding him making a team. I'm talking about regarding him producing and contributing to this team next year. I am not writing him off, dude. Matt Ioannidis, that I learned a lesson that time. And, with Luke, I'm excited to see how he progresses. I'm really excited about this wide receiver training camp battle we got going on. Well, I mean, it's going to start with rookie minicamp, but, I mean, that's rookie. So, Jalen Lane versus Luke McCaffrey. I'm going to be honing in on that. I mean, I know Debo's going to play out of slot in certain, packages, but, primarily, who's going to be that guy? I'm loving it, dude. I'm loving the competition. But yeah, man, let me know what you guys think. I want to change my last name to McCaffrey. You can go to the court and change. Motherfucker, I want to be Commander McCaffrey. How about that? Commander McCaffrey. Hopefully that gets me more subscribers. But yeah, man, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. Till next video, next report. Peace, y'all.